Elevator elbow. Boys and girls, today we're going to talk about what role your elbow plays in hitting the right string. You have 4 open strings and they sit rather close together. You can see that on your bridge. In the beginning, you might hit another string. Let's say you want to play on A, but you're hitting the D or you're hitting the E. So we're just going to talk about the placement of the elbow to help you adjust. And we call this elevator elbow. I'm going to raise up my instrument, and I also want you to notice that I am not moving my violin. Remember when we did those rosin exercises, boys and girls, and I asked you to hold your rosin in one place and just move the stick? Well, I just want to remind you that the violin always stays in one place. It does not move. Your bow moves. Okay? Alrighty, now we have 4 strings and we have 4 floors that we're going to access in our elevator. I'm going to place my bow on the E string. Now, boys and girls, if my elbow is too close to my body, if you're leaning on your body, you will not get a sound. You are playing on the wood of your instrument. Okay, you are playing on the wood, and we cannot, there's no sound there. There's no sound, okay? So, we do not, and you're getting rosin on your instrument. Make sure that your bow, with the hairs flat, is on the E string. You need a few inches between your elbow and your body, okay? Between your elbow and your body. You need a few inches there of space. My violin is not moving, but my bow is. We are on the first floor. Now we are going to go to the second floor, and the elevator is going to take us up to the next floor. We're going to go up to the next floor. We're going to raise our elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third floor. Our elevator is taking us up to the 3rd floor by raising our elbow just a little bit more. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, the 4th floor, we're going to go up just a little bit more. We're going to raise our wrist just a smidge. Just a little bit, and now I am on the open G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm on the 4th floor, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd floor, and I'm going to lower my elbow. I'm going down to the 3rd floor. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I am going to go down to the 2nd floor. My elbow's coming down. Finally, the 1st floor, back to the E string, the 1st floor where my elbow is closest to my body, but it is not leaning on my body. And please notice that my violin is not moving around when I play. Everything needs to stay in one spot with your instrument, your violin. The bow is what moves, boys and girls. Now, one of the things that I would just like to bring up, I want to caution you Do not raise your elbow up this high. Some boys and girls do that in the beginning. Make sure your elbow is lowered. You have this nice line, okay? The bow is being pulled from the elbow out. This is our bowing. My upper arm is not moving. This part right here, from my shoulder to my elbow, is not moving. From my elbow down is moving. From my elbow to the wrist, yes. So try to imitate that, boys and girls, when you are practicing. One more thing we're going to talk about. I don't know if you noticed, but I moved my left hand from the body of the instrument to its correct hand position all the way down by the peg box on the neck of the instrument. Boys and girls, I'm going to turn to the other side right now so that you can see the placement of my left hand. My thumb is placed by the first tape. Now, if you don't have tapes on your instrument yet, put your thumb by the little curve that you have where the neck and the peg box meet. This is actually the nut of the instrument, all the way back here. This is the nut, okay? So put your thumb right there in that curved area and leave it there. Place your first finger in a curved manner with the first tape, your second finger with the middle tape, and your third finger with the third tape, which is the one that's closest to your nose. Your first one is the furthest away, the one that's closest to the peg box. If you do not have tapes yet, curve your fingers just like little cheese curls, okay, and place them on your instrument. Notice that my wrist right here does not touch the instrument. It doesn't touch it. Remember, you're holding your instrument with your chin, and you're supporting your instrument with your thumb of your left hand. We placed our hand here for support, okay? Not to necessarily hold the instrument. Your chin is holding the instrument, okay? Your thumb is supporting that hold, okay? Now, you have this beautiful curve here. You have a nice line right here, boys and girls, where your elbow is dropped underneath the instrument, okay? And this is the correct left hand position. Now, once you have your tapes and you've placed your fingers, just lift them up and practice your open strings using the correct left hand position so that you start getting used to that, because once we start creating notes with our fingers, you will need to place them correctly. We want to make sure they're curved. You want to start getting used to this, okay? First, notice this hand is curved here. You have a nice line. Your elbow is dropped right underneath the instrument. Okay, keep your instrument in one place, boys and girls. Don't move your violin around. It's the bow that does the moving, okay? Elevator, elbow.